All right, guys, welcome to the video. Anthony Speciale here with Hawkeye Traders. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. I am going to talk about the call that I boldly made this morning and the outcome that followed it. All right, I was trading live with some traders this morning, talking them through what I saw in the market, when, where, and why, saying, hey guys, listen, I'm going to step out of the office. It's about 11 a.m. I'm ready to carry on my day. But for those of you who plan to trade, if I could offer you my insight to what I see at this moment, it would be to continue with the NASDAQ and the S&P to the downside. Now, that may change at some point in time. But based on the evidence the market is providing as we part ways just a few moments before 11 a.m., guys, it looks like the indices could continue lower from here, okay? I made those statements this morning, right, at 10:55 a.m. Okay? I'm going to show you exactly where the market was. I'm going to show you exactly what led me to make those statements. And then we're going to talk about what transpired next. Now, before I get into that, this is not an ego feed by any means, okay? This is 13 years of studying volume and price action. This is the assistance of Hawkeye Volume and the Hawkeye Volume tools, okay? This is time spent in front of the computer to study, analyze, interpret, and create expectations from the evidence the market provides. Okay, so this is not a fluff and buff. I am wrong all the time, okay? Every trader is. Even if they're 100% sure about the trade they're placing, it does not mean it's going to be profitable. So let me clear the deck of those comments before we proceed, because I don't want you to think by any means there's any trader out there, okay, that can accurately predict every single move in the market. It's impossible. However, with a great understanding of volume and price action, utilizing the Hawkeye tools, it does make it much more palatable and achievable, okay? Regardless of where you're at in your trading career. So I'm going to zoom in on the scenario which led me to make this statement, okay? This candle here was printing as I made this statement. As you can see, we had a little bit of a floor right here, okay? And by floor, I mean price was unsuccessful in closing below it, unsuccessful again in trading above it, tested it again here, finally closed below it here, and that's when the tumble took place. What made me believe that the market had an opportunity to continue lower, okay? This is the important part. This is where the Hawkeye tools come in. This is where the Hawkeye Volume Mastery Series comes in. Understanding this concept between volume, price action, the interaction between buyers, sellers, aggression, passiveness, right? These are all things you must understand, and the Hawkeye tools do the interpretation for you. Notice how when the price came down here, what happened? Not much, right? You know, we had an increase in selling volume, a slight decrease, probably some profit taking here. This is not abnormally large buying. Okay, you can see it's fairly average, the majority of the candles before. Price pulls back up, but I want you to notice something. As we come back here into these prior lows that we fell from, what were we lacking? Buyers, right? The buyers lost interest into a retest here of this level that price sat upon before it fell through. No new buying, right? You got strong buying, the volume drops off, ticks up with neutral buying, telling me there's no aggressive buyers interested at these prices. And guess who comes back to town? The sellers, right? The sellers successfully closed through this little floor. Now, my statement was very clear. If we can't get back above this area right here, we're probably going lower. Okay, based on the evidence. The evidence was there was no new buyers. If there's no new aggressive buyers, the market's not going to go higher. Period. End of sentence. Non-negotiable. All right? If they don't come aggressively, the market is not going to go higher. Right? There's no argument to that. Right? I've studied this. I understand it. It takes aggression to move the market. Okay? Maybe there was a bunch of passive orders here that got hit, bumped the market back a little bit, but after this candle got filled, notice the volume went what? Neutral. No new buying, meaning the buyers didn't continue to push higher. What did the market end up doing? Well, it did exactly what I anticipated it to do, exactly what I interpreted it to do, exactly what I expected it to do. All the things I shared with folks trading live accounts, that's exactly what it did. All right? Well, it tumbled a lot. Right? It tumbled a lot. So from here, when we made this call, right, we were hovering right here around 119, right? That's when I made the statement, right? Roughly at about 1054, 1055, okay? The market fell 600 ticks, fell again, 800 ticks, fell again, little over 1,250 ticks, fell again, right? What is that, into the closing bell? Oh yeah, right into the closing bell. Low of the day, baby. 1,576 ticks from 11 a.m. when I said, hey folks, I think we're going lower. And these are the reasons why. Okay? Why? Because there was no new buying when we needed it most. And without that new buying, when and where we need it most, the market will not go higher. Okay? Let me grab a calculator. I'll tell you exactly what this equates to. All right. 1,576 ticks at $5 a tick is $7,880 per contract from when I made my statement roughly around 10:54, 10:55 a.m., just about into the closing bell. I'll even give you the benefit of the doubt and not utilize the candle beyond that. The low of the closing bell there puts me, right, I don't know, still over 1,500 ticks, right? Who cares? 1,500 ticks times $5 a tick, $7,500 per contract. Now, do I think that you would have held it all the way to the closing bell? Maybe not, okay? Do I think that if you are somebody who believed that the position had real merit to go lower, that would have potentially scaled out of it and potentially maybe left your stop right at your entry and you were holding into the closing bell? Because more often than not, a day that sells off will either end the day, was more than likely, believe it or not, to end the day at the low. Just like a day that rallies, strong rally, right? It's more than likely to end the day or the session at the high. So, again, price never went against my 10:54, 10:55 a.m. call saying, hey guys, I feel really genuinely confident that if I could leave you with one piece of advice based on what the market is offering us right now, it is that the NASDAQ and the S&P are more than likely to continue lower. Do what you will, okay? That's ultimately up to each individual person. I'm not here to dictate to anyone what to do with their money. But it gave up 1,500 ticks, roughly 380 total dollars or points for there from the move there all the way down. Guys, unbelievable move, okay? And it was all just contingent on no new buyers stepping in. And when I saw that the buying went neutral and we couldn't get above this prior low, it was a no-brainer to say, hey, I feel really confident if I could leave you with the statement, it would be that the indices continue lower. So for those of you who are not using Hawkeye tools, those of you who are not understanding exactly what's transpiring between volume and price action, I'd like to invite you to a training webinar. I'm going to place a link below this video. I encourage you to click on it, pull out a piece of paper, take some notes, reach out to myself or my Hawkeye concierge team, ask your questions. Let us help you, all right? From there, we're going to get these indicators, these volume indicators populating on your charting platform. They work on NinjaTrader, TradeStation, TradingView, and MetaTrader. You could trade stocks, futures, Forex, cryptocurrencies, you name it. You'll use this for option trading as well, okay? Because if you need to understand what price is doing, option traders need to understand what price is doing. All right, guys? You could day trade, swing trade, position trade. This is an intraday setup that I disclosed live in front of traders trading live accounts, okay? What they did with that information is none of my business. But what I said, the market did based on the evidence which the volume and price action provided. And that's what I want to teach you. So click that link, join me in the training webinar. I will see you there. God bless, guys. I hope you have a beautiful